Welcome to the completely free high ticket dropshipping course, module number 5, going over launching ads. I'm your host, Trevor Zhang, and today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about launching ads for your high ticket store. So, if you're just watching this video for the first time, make sure you watch module 1. And if you don't even know what high ticket dropshipping is in the first place, make sure you watch that video beforehand. I will leave a link to the playlist so you can watch it in order. So, with launching ads, here is the overview that we're going to be talking about. So we're going to talk about what is Google Ads, shopping ads and search ads, buyer intent traffic, and why Google Ads. So let's talk about what is Google Ads. So I'm going to pull up Google right here, and then wait for this to load, and I'm going to look up, let's say, fireplace. So Google Ads are essentially this right here. If we go to, if we just type in like a electric fireplace logs, for example, these are Google shopping ads. Google shopping ads have this image right here with the text and price. When you click on this ad, it will take you to that website that's selling that product. We want to set up Google shopping ads because those are usually the most and best performing ads out of all the other campaigns. We also have Google search ads, which are stuff like this. It says sponsored, and this is like a search campaign. So when you click on this, it will take you to probably an electric fireplace log collection that sells a bunch of fireplace logs. So there's two types of ads: search ads, which are like this, where it has text, no images, and then shopping ads, which are up here, which has the product, the title, and the price before you click on it. So let's talk about the buyer intent traffic. So high ticket dropshipping is where we will be selling high ticket items to customers, ranging anywhere from $1,000 plus. Now, whenever you think of high ticket items, let's say you're selling a $1,000 item and you have 30% margins. So that's obviously $300. So 30%, $300. You have $300 to acquire the sale. You're not gonna make TikTok videos and try and get someone to buy a electric fireplace log. It just doesn't work. And if it does work, the conversion rate is gonna be super, super low because people are not on TikTok to buy. People on Google, when they are searching electric fireplace logs, are looking for electric fireplace logs. And what we do is we just serve that ad in front of them and get them to buy. It's really that simple. Google Ads is where people are already coming to the platform to search for something, and you just need to show up, provide that offer, and get people to trust you and convert that sale. So it's pretty much that that straightforward, because we are selling to people that are already looking for what we're selling. If we are selling electric fireplace logs, we don't want to be using TikTok because people on TikTok are not looking for what we already have. We want to use Google so we can sell to buyer intent traffic, people that are looking for what we're already selling. So that should cover why we use Google Ads and how powerful Google Ads is. And then why Google Ads, we kind of covered that. So Google Ads not only is it a search platform, like when I'm looking up electric fireplace logs, I get served ads related to it. If I'm on TikTok, all I get is videos. You get a feed, and you just get constant videos. You're not really trying to buy something. So it really comes down to this: do you want to sell to someone that is currently looking for what you have, or do you want to sell to someone that is just endlessly scrolling and scrolling? They could be, not in the mood to buy, and even if they're in the mood to buy, how do you know they want an electric fireplace log? It just doesn't make sense. Your odds are stacked in your favor by choosing Google Ads, especially for high ticket dropshipping. So, with that being said, now let's talk about Google Ads concepts. So here are the 4 concepts. So I have this pulled up in a Notion document, and essentially, here is a more of a better explanation of what match types are. So on Google, you're gonna essentially target keywords. With shopping ads like this right here, Google will automatically show your products to people that are looking for what you're selling. But sometimes with shopping ads, Google may sell or may show your ad up to someone that might not be typing in electric fireplace logs. They might type in just like fireplace logs or um, logs for burning. So we want to use keyword match types in order to either remove those keywords or target those keywords. So here's an overview of keyword match types. So inside Google Ads, we have phrase match, broad match, and then this should be exact match. So when we are negative keywording or targeting the keyword blue car in a phrase match, you will essentially be targeting keywords that have the phrase blue car. So you can show up for fast blue car, Chevy blue car, green blue car, slow blue car. It could be anything that has the phrase blue car, hence phrase match. Now broad match is where Google can show the keyword up for anything that has the same meaning. So when you're using broad match in the actual advertising masterclass, we don't actually recommend you use broad match, but this is generally good to know. Broad match is where if I am targeting the keyword blue car, my ad can show up for blue Tesla because it's technically a blue car, right? A blue race car. That's still a blue car at the end of the day. So broad match we usually do not want to use when advertising. And then exact match. So with exact match, you will only show up for the exact search term, such as blue car. It's very that simple. Now, exact match is no longer exact based on what Google changed semi recently with their algorithm, but there isn't really too much we can control based on that. Just know that if you use exact match, you can show up for what's called exact match close variant, where Google will think other keywords are related to exact match blue car. You will show up for them. It's annoying, but it is Google's platform, so you kind of have to play by the rules. Next, we're going to talk about campaign structure. So we'll be using the reverse pyramid structure with our Google Shopping campaigns. And the reverse pyramid structure looks like this. So let me just resize this. We'll be using the reverse pyramid structure with our Google Shopping campaigns. This is essentially a upside down pyramid. So in the pyramid, we have the low point or the top of the pyramid, which is the smallest part of the pyramid. We have the bottom of the pyramid, which is going to be the biggest part of the pyramid. And essentially, this is our marketing strategy. The bottom of the pyramid, which is also the biggest part, is called our high funnel campaign. With a high funnel campaign, we'll be targeting keywords such as car, blue fast car, if we're selling cars in this example. Now, inside the medium campaign, that area is smaller. So when someone is looking for car, they don't really know what car they're looking to buy. But inside medium, we are more narrowed down, meaning people that are looking for Tesla car, they're obviously looking for a Tesla to buy one. We would want to show up inside the medium funnel. And lastly, with a low funnel, we want to show keywords or show our ads to customers that are looking for the brand plus the model. So Tesla is the brand of the car, and Model 3 is the specific model of the Tesla car. So imagine this funnel. If someone's searching car, we don't want to bid as high as someone that's looking for Tesla car, because someone's looking for Tesla car, they are ready to buy a Tesla car. They might not know what model, but there's still a lot higher buying intent than someone looking for a car. Because someone looking for a car, they could be looking for a Ram, a pickup truck. They could just be researching cars. It could be anything. So we don't want to bid very we don't want to bid very aggressively inside the high funnel. We, want to set our bids very, very conservatively so we can still get traffic, but we don't expect this to be our biggest revenue driver. And then in our low funnel, This is where people are looking for Tesla Model 3. So Tesla is the brand and Model 3 is the model. So people looking for Tesla Model 3 are very high intent. They already know the brand and they know the model that they want to buy. So we want to be bidding more in the low funnel because people are more likely to convert than someone in the high funnel. So with this structure, it's essentially called keyword sculpting. So this is a way to filter keywords in a specific way to bid higher or lower on specific keywords. In our low, we want to bid the highest because these are the most likely to convert keywords. In our medium, we want to bid the second highest because someone looking for Tesla is not as high intent as Tesla Model 3 as a search term, but they are still relatively high intent. And in our high, we're going to bid the lowest because these are least likely to convert keywords, such as car. Now let's talk about negative keywords. So let me go back here. So negative keywords are how we improve our campaigns by telling Google we do not want to show up for these keywords. We usually will add these to our campaign, and essentially we will just tell Google inside keyword match types, if we don't want to show up for like used car anywhere in our campaigns, we just apply that as a negative keyword inside our campaigns. So when using negative keywords, we want to think of the word or phrase we want to not show up for. If we're if we are seeing these search terms in our campaigns like buy cheap grill, used grills for sale, in order to never show up for these terms, we just want to use phrase match, cheap and used, and we will no longer show up for those keywords. Next, we're going to talk about negative keyword lists. So negative keyword lists are essentially, a list is like a collection of negative keywords. We want to create a list so we can apply them to our campaigns. So when we are setting up our Google Ads, we want to create 3 lists. Essentially, there's going to be one called universal negative keyword list, and this is where we apply to every single campaign. Every single campaign, here's some examples of keywords that we want to put into our universal negative keyword list, such as used, cheap, AliExpress, Amazon, customer service, repair, accessories. You get the point. Stuff that is like not related to what we're selling. We're not selling AliExpress items. We're not Amazon. We don't want to show up our ads for someone looking for a manual because they already have the item. Those are some examples. And we want to apply these to all campaigns. Next, the medium funnel keyword list, we want to apply this to our high campaigns. And some examples that we want to include inside the medium funnel negative keyword list is LG, Ford, Panasonic, the brand names. So once we apply that to the high campaign, we will automatically show up for the brands that we put inside our medium funnel keyword list. And number 3 is low funnel keyword list. So inside, we will create a low funnel keyword list. And inside of that keyword list, we want to put the brand plus the SKU or model. So for example, LG refrigerator, and this is a model number, Ford F-150 Raptor. That F-150 Raptor is the model of the car, and then Panasonic Lumix GH7. That's a type of camera. So those are all examples of the brand plus the model or SKU. So we want to apply our the low funnel keyword list to the high campaign and the medium funnel campaign. All right, now let's talk about setting up Google Ads. So first, we want to create our price variables via Simprocess. Now I'm going to leave this exact high ticket ecom advertising masterclass link in the description because I feel like that will make it a little bit easier for you guys to see all this information, because otherwise it's going to be hard for me to go back and forth and recreate the videos. So I would just follow the 5.1.2 all the way to 5.1.7 and get Google Ads set up. But what I can talk about in the rest of this video is actually launching the ads. So we'll cut to the point where I'm launching the actual ads in just 1 second. All right, welcome to this video. Let's talk about creating and setting up your shopping campaigns inside of Google Ads. Shopping campaigns are going to be your essential in your first campaign that you set up, in order to essentially find what works, and then shopping campaigns are good for finding what products sell and via what keywords, and then we can eventually use search text campaigns and scale and target those exact keywords that have converted for us, which is the general strategy behind this. So to set up shopping campaigns inside Google Ads, just go ahead and click on this create campaign button inside Google Ads and click on new campaign. Inside choose your objective, we want to select sales, and then you want to select shopping. Now inside of creating or selecting a campaign subtype, we want to select standard shopping campaign and then click on continue. Now here under campaign name, there's a very specific way we want to set up this campaign name. So we want to name it the brand name and then high, meaning for high funnel, meaning anything that is generic keywords will show up there. So going into Shopify, and I'm gonna just essentially set this up for this brand called ComfyGo. So I'm gonna name it the brand name, which in this instance it's ComfyGo, and then we want to name it high, meaning for high funnel. We want to have 3 campaigns, so high, medium, and low, but we want to set up high first, then medium, and then low. So once this is done, we want to just leave this on manual CPC. This do not change. Budget, we can put this at $5. Campaign priority, very important, we change the high campaign to high priority. And then under targeting and networks, search networks, we want to turn this off. Devices, nothing to change here. Locations, we want to click on location options, and then we want to select presence, people in or regular in your targeted locations, and then we want to click enter another location. Now we want to target United States, and then we want to also deselect 2 states. So Alaska, we don't ship to Alaska. Most suppliers, 99% of suppliers will not ship to Alaska because the shipping rate is really insanely high, probably more than the product cost. So it doesn't make sense to ship to Alaska. And another one is Hawaii. We want to exclude that as well. So those are the 2 that you want to exclude. There's also others like Puerto Rico that you can exclude as well. But generally Hawaii, Alaska are the 2 that you want to exclude. Next, under ad group name, we want to name this the same thing. So ComfyGo high. In bid, let's put the bid at 1 cent. This is so we can go in and change the bids later on. Click on create campaign and wait for this to load. So our campaign is fully created now. So here's some things that we need to change before we dive in, update some settings. So under ComfyGo, inside the campaign, we want to click on settings. So what we need to do is inside of goals, we want to click on use campaign specific goal settings, and then we want to select purchases. This will optimize the campaign towards purchases and not add cart work or or continue to checkout. So next, let's go ahead and go back to view all campaigns, go to the campaign view, and then we have this all set up. So let's go and click inside, and here are some things that we need to change. It's all listed out here. So we're going to need 3 campaigns per brand, but let's go ahead and essentially we're going to duplicate the campaigns and create 3 campaigns per brand, but we want to have all the settings changed correctly first. So what we need to do is we want to click on insights and reports, and then inside of when and where ads showed, click on devices, and then we want to click on the ad group right here, which is this right here. Now under mobile phones and tablets, we want to decrease this by 65%. The reason behind this is with mobile and tablet traffic, usually people are less likely to convert on these, so we don't want to bid as high as these. Generally when starting out, we want to spend double or triple our budget on computers versus mobiles and tablets. This is because computers have historically performed way better, especially for higher ticket items, compared to mobile and tablets. Now let's go ahead and go back to the campaign by clicking on the campaign and then ad groups. Click on the ad group, and this is where we're going to segment the ad group. So inside all products, we want to click add subdivision and then brand. So I just uploaded these products and the brand has not actually appeared yet inside of Google Ads. Now this can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. It really depends. But what you can do inside of, if you're trying to force update some products, is you can go inside some process and then you can go to, let me find it, settings, and then you can do manually sync meta fields, and then just click this, select all, and then sync from Shopify. What this will do is it will automatically pull information from Shopify and push it to the SimProcess app. Once it pushes it to the SimProcess app, the app pushes it to Merchant Center, and once that is in Merchant Center, it connects and will display inside Google Ads. So it goes from Shopify to SimProcess to Merchant Center to Google Ads, at least for shopping campaigns. So there's a lot of things we need to get right in order for this to work. All right, so welcome back. So I just waited a few minutes, more like 30 minutes to an hour, and all brands are finally appearing inside of Google Shopping or inside Google Ads. So in order to, so we set this up as Configo. So let's go ahead and select that brand once we filter down by the brand, and then we want to click Save without editing bids. Now everything else in all products, we want to turn this off because we are only advertising the brand Configo inside of this brand. So what we need to do next is we want to click Add Subdivision, and then we want to select Custom Label 0. So that is the custom label that you should have set up in the previous videos or modules. And then these are all your price points. So go ahead and select them all using this checkbox right here, and then you want to also click Save without editing bids. Okay, so now we can see that this product group, 500 to 1,000, meaning all products within this product group are within these price ranges. So what this means is we want to only set bids based on the price ranges we know here. So if we sell a $500, this is a wheelchair, then we will probably only make, best case, like 25% to 30%. So let's assume we'll make like $200. We don't want to bid as aggressively in this product group compared to if we sell something inside the $1,000, $2,000 price range. So use this price range to determine your bids, but inside the high campaign, usually you don't want to be too aggressive at the beginning. So inside the 500 to 1,000, I would set this at like, let's see, just like 2 cents. This 1,000, 2,000, probably around 5 cents. And this 2,000 to 3,000, 10 cents is fine. We barely want to spend in the high at the start. We want to spend the high as we ramp up and scale the business. But in the beginning, we want to prove concepts and make sure we're getting a good return on ad spend before we are ramping up and scaling the business. So once we've done this, we want to create negative keyword lists. So what we're going to do is click on Tools and Settings and then go to Negative Keyword Lists. So we're going to create 3 negative keyword lists. We're going to have a universal, a medium funnel keyword list, and a low funnel keyword list. So first, let's start with the universal negative keyword list. So let's go ahead and click Add, name this. So we're going to name this Universal Negative Keyword List. And then inside the Universal Negative Keyword List, as discussed inside the Google Ads concept module, this means we want to enter in phrase match keywords, essentially anything that we do not ever want to show up for. So anything like used, junk, cheap, accessories. Obviously accessories, if you want to sell accessories, don't negative keyword this out, but generally accessories are really cheap. We don't really want to, sell them. China. We're not selling anything related to China. AliExpress. And then there's examples of keywords that I included inside the previous module. Warranty. We don't want to show up our ads when someone's searching up warranty. Clearance. Instructions. So they're looking for instructions. We're only selling products. Manual. Repair. Anything that comes up right now, you can add it to this list, but as well as anything that you find inside of your keywords that you show up for, which we'll talk about later on, we also want to add inside of here. So go ahead and click save. We created our universal negative keyword list. All right, so next we are going to create a medium funnel keyword list. So let's name this medium funnel keyword list. So inside the medium funnel keyword list, we only want to put in the brand name. So in this instance, Configo is the brand name. Now, other examples for this include the vendor. You can see Africam, that's the brand name. EV Writer, that's also a brand name. So put in all the brand names of your suppliers and click save. Now lastly, we are going to have the low funnel keyword list. Now the low funnel keyword list is going to be anything that is product specific to the brand. So an easy way to essentially find this is if you go to tools and settings and then open up keyword planner and then discover new keywords. You can essentially type in the brand name, so EV Writer for this example, and then we want to show all the rows, sort by monthly search, average monthly searches. If you haven't spent a penny or a few dollars on Google Ads, it shows ranges. Once you start spending money on Google Ads, it will show you the exact average monthly searches. But essentially for now, we can type in the brand name, filter by United States, and then just look through anything that we sell that is available on our website that is product specific. So if we sell an EV Writer Transport AF Plus, if I just search this here, AF Plus, we do sell this. We want to include this inside the low funnel negative keyword list. This means we want to essentially spend on only these keywords inside the low funnel campaign. So go through Google Keyword Planner and then type in a brand name and find anything that is that we sell on the store. Make sure we sell them, otherwise there's no point of actually including that keyword because we don't actually have the product to sell. So look through anything that is very product specific and include it inside the low funnel negative keyword list. Once you have these three negative keyword lists set up, let's go ahead and apply them to our campaign. So as discussed in the Notion document, inside of the high funnel campaign, we want to include all three negative keyword lists. So go ahead and click on keywords, add negative keywords, use negative keyword list, and select these three. Click save, and there we go. Now, the last step that we need to do is to also create a audience for our brand. So what do I mean by this? So we are searching up, or we are setting up Configo. So we just view this on our website, or let's just click inside. This is what the URL looks like. So we want to do /Configo because every listing will have this, or every listing's URL will have /Configo, and they will pertain to the brand. So what we need to do is go inside Audience Manager, click Create, click Website Visitors, and then we will name this Configo, or the brand name, and then do 100-day website visitors. Do 100, refine action, and then page URL should contain the parameter that pertains to the brand that you're making the audience for. So in this case, Configo. Click Create Segment. Once this is done, let's just reload this page. And then we want to click on Audiences, Add Audience Segments, click add campaign. We want to select observation, and then we want to click browse. We click on how they interacted with our business, and then from here we want to select all our website visitor audiences and the brand specific audience. Once this is done, click on save. Alright, now within the audience, we want to set specific bids. So here again is all the bid modifiers that we need to do inside of the audiences. So let's go ahead and just drag this row over here so we can read all of these audiences. And then inside bid adjustment, here's what we want to do. So inside 180 day, we want to increase this by 10%. And then we want to increase this by 10% in 5% increments the closer we get to the 7-day mark. So 90 days, we want to do 20%, 60 days, 30%, 40% for 30 days, 14 days, 45%, and 50%. Now these are just the base that we want to start with. Over time, you can adjust this depending on the performance that you're getting from your remarketing audience. And then the brand's 100-day audience, they're very, very warm since they bend to the page. Go ahead and increase this by 50%. All right, our audiences are all set up. And now we are ready to duplicate these campaigns. So we want to duplicate this after we've implemented all those settings. So we just want to click on this check mark right here, click edit, copy, and we copy the campaign. Essentially, once we copy this campaign, we want to have a config go medium and a config go low. So we want to have 3 campaigns for each brand. We want to click paste and then paste right here. And what this will paste is the exact copy of this. And there are a few things that we need to change after we copy these, including the campaign priority, negative keywords, and the bids. So let's wait for this to paste inside Google Ads. Can take a little bit, so I'll just pause and be right back. Alright, this has finished duplicating. And what we need to do with the duplicated campaign is we want to rename this. So we want to name this config go medium, aka your brand. And then inside of the ad group, we also want to name this medium. Next, inside settings, this is what we need to change for the medium campaign. So let's go ahead and click on campaign priority and click on medium. Go ahead and save. Now this high campaign will be high priority and the medium one will be medium priority. Inside keywords, there are specific negative keywords we want to include inside the medium campaign. So inside of the medium campaign, we want to take off the medium funnel keyword list. Essentially, our brand config go is inside of this list, and if we include it in here, it won't show up in medium. So we want to remove this, and then since we have this medium funnel inside the high campaign, any keywords that have the term config go will automatically flow inside of this medium campaign. And then inside the medium campaign, this is where we can bid on the brand terms and essentially bid higher. So go ahead and click inside the ad group and expand this. So inside the medium campaign, there are different bids that you want to set, but generally we want to start relatively conservatively at around 50 cents for the lower price ranges and work up in 25-cent increments based on profit margins. If profit margins are good, usually I increase them by 25-cent increments, but if they're not so great, 15 cents, 20 cents, it's up to you to make those judgments on how high you want to increase based on the price ranges. So I'm going to do it in 25-cent increments since the margins on these are pretty great. So we have 50 cents to 75 cents and $1. So there we go with setting up the medium campaign. And lastly, we need to to copy the medium campaign, and this is where we are going to create the low campaign. So we're going to have a config low, and inside the low we're going to have all the keywords that are the highest buying intent that we want to bid the highest on. Alright, the medium has been duplicated. Inside of the copied one, we want to just rename this config low. This is going to be our low funnel campaign. So go ahead and click on this, and then we're going to rename this config low. Now we want to click settings, and then we also want to just change this campaign priority to low. Go ahead and click save. Next, inside keywords, we want to remove the low funnel keyword list inside of the low campaign. We only want to have universal negative keywords inside of the low campaign. Lastly, let's adjust the bids. Go ahead and click on add groups, select the add group, and inside here, let's increase the bids by 25-cent increments as well. So 75 cents, $1, 125. These are good starting points. You can be more aggressive, less conservative, or more conservative depending on the margin. So this is ultimately up to your margins. These margins are relatively good. I'd say like 20 to 30% after shipping once we sell one of these. So these are relatively conservative bids for the products that we're selling here. So once we are done with setting up high, medium, low for each of these campaigns, lastly, we want to create a shared budget with all of these 3 campaigns inside of it. So go ahead and click on tools and settings, and open up shared budgets in a new tab. And then this is where we want to click on this arrow and create a shared budget. So config shared is usually the name I want to go with, and then include the 3 campaigns that you created related to the brand. So if you have more brands here, make sure you only select the brands that are the brand name high, medium, low. Make sure they correspond, and go ahead and click save. There we go. Now we can go back and just reload this page, and then it should say budget they are shared. So $15 budgets per brand is relatively good to start out with. You can do more if you want, but $10 to $15 is a good starting point. So there we go. We set up shopping campaigns for the brand config. Again, any questions, make sure to message us in the private channel. But that is how you set up shopping campaigns for your first brand. Just go ahead and rinse and repeat this for your other couple brands, and then in a few days we will verify that everything is working fine. Hey guys, welcome to this video. Let's talk about setting up your columns for Google Ads. So your columns are essentially these little boxes that you're looking at. This is a column, this is a column, this is a column. So essentially we need to set up our columns in a way that we can read data efficiently, fast, in a way we can make educated decisions on what to do next. So what we want to do is we want to click columns right here, and I'm going to click it on my other screen as well. And essentially, let's go ahead and just delete everything. We'll start fresh. So the very first one that we would like to do is going to be impressions. This is important to see generally for every campaign. Next will be clicks, and then next average CPC. Next we have CTR, which is the click-through rate for your ad. Next is going to be cost, and then after that we're going to have conversions. We're going to click on conversions, cost per conversion, and then conversion rate. So conversion rate, conversion value, and conversion value over cost. And then next we'll scroll all the way down, and then we want to look at competitive metrics. This will give us a good understanding of how much higher we can bid in the auction in terms of Google Ads, and how much or where we are placed inside the auction. So we want to do search impression share, search absolute top impression share, and then we also want to do scroll all the way down. If you can find it, bid strategy type. So this is my columns that I like to use. So what you want to do is just click save your column and just name it KPIs. Click save. And then there are some custom columns that you would want to do. So what I want to do is go and click columns, click KPIs, and what I want to do is click on custom columns, and then click custom column. So essentially, all right, so to set up the add to cart, we want to just click add column and conversions, and we want to look for all conversions action, and then select purchase tracking for, and then your store. Essentially go ahead and click save, and then we'll want to add another custom column. Name this begin checkout, add column conversions, and then look for all conversion source, conversion action, and then begin checkout tracking. Click save, and then we have these two columns. And for these, let's add them before conversions. So let's move this before costs and conversions, and then same with this right here. So cost, add to cart, begin checkout, and then all these conversion and search impression. So go and save and apply, and then replace that. That way we have the column set up in a way that's easy to digest and easy to see information in order to make educated decisions. All right, guys, let's talk about launching your ads. So here are some information about advertising ads mindset. So we go to advertising ads mindset. We want to be conservative. Conservative is always the name of the game. We want to be bidding very aggressively. We want to focus on learning how Google Ads work in the beginning of your journey and see and visualize what you're actually doing. So make sure you rewind parts of the video and just to understand things more in depth, so you can understand what you're actually doing. You're pressing this button, it does this. You're pressing that button, it does this. So just understand the concepts of Google Ads really well, so you can essentially know what you're doing. So besides that, we have advertising philosophy. So with advertising, you want to be conservative, especially in the beginning. You want to take it slow, let data come in, then you want to be aggressive on the areas that have conversions. So let's say you're advertising fireplaces. We want to start very conservative with our bids, and then raise them up gradually until we're spending a decent amount. So we want to start anywhere from $20-$30 a day. See where the data comes in. If you get any sales, obviously we want to dial in on the bids based on what has sold, and we want to dial back on the bids where it overspends. That is the general philosophy. So we never want to turn off ads. Some brands can be competitive, and you may not make much profit. However, it's always best to set a bid where you are bound to win, meaning the odds are stacked for you that even if you make a sale in 2,000 clicks, you will still be profitable. So what I mean is, if you're selling a $5,000 item and it only has $500 margin, so that's only 10%. You don't want to be bidding crazy amounts because you only have 10% to work with. You want to be very, very conservative, and even if you don't get a ton of clicks per day or per month, that's fine, because when you get a sale, it will be ultra profitable. That's just the name of the game. So what you want to do is you want to dial bids back, never turn off, and you can slowly increase on SKUs or product ranges that may sell for you. So each store is unique and different. We want to essentially increase our bids on items that have sold for us or have good margins, but we always want to use data to back it up. So when something has sold for us, especially on our store, that is just means that our ad works. And how do we get more of that? We increase our bids. If something spends a lot but does not give us the result we want, we just want to dial that back. We don't want as much of those ads showing up. So over time, you'll get more data coming in, and you can make better and better decisions. So with each brand, each SKU has a sweet spot. This means Google Ads is a never-ending game of optimizations. This should not scare you, because I optimize my ads once a week, and you should also do once a week as well. The longer that a store is advertising a product, it makes new advertisers harder to beat them since they have more data compared to a new store. So the day that you start, the better, the earlier you start, the better, because you can get more data in, and you can use that data to, beat your competitors. Because if you know something doesn't sell as well, or is not a bestseller in the industry, like for example fireplaces, you're not going to be bidding as aggressively on that. But someone that's new to advertising may come in and like be bidding really aggressively on that product that it doesn't sell and waste their money. So over time you'll learn and get better and better on ads, and your profits will only increase over time. So here's an example of how you should advertise. So if the profit is 500 and say you're paying $250 to acquire a customer, you profit 250. You're happy with that. You can pay more to get more conversions, but your profit drops per order. You need to determine how much you want to pay for an order essentially. So you might want to raise your bids so you are paying $300 per order. So you're only making $200 per sale, but you might make one extra sale, so it makes up for it. So it's up to you how much you want to make per sale, and that should determine your bids. So that's the overall advertising philosophy. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the YouTube comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.